All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Men in a Football. I am Chris Smith. This is my usual cohort, Lee Mason, to the left of me, and we have a special guest, Gray Thompson from, should I say, GVL Media?
You can say that, yeah. Why not?
Or you did FET.
Formerly of FET Green.
Formerly
TV.
of
Yeah, you could say
FET.
that.
There we go. There we go. It's been a week almost. But yeah. So I want to thank Gray for coming on. Gray is very well versed. He has his own podcast. What is it?
The Gray Zone, GREY.
And he talks about college football for the most part, and obviously, right?
College football for the only part.
For the only part. Okay.
College football mutant.
There we go. We're a college. He's a college football mutant. All right. Well, listen, we are here live at Coliseum as we are every Monday night. I want to thank our sponsor, Brad Black, for letting us hang out here for this hour. Also want to thank Chris Pryor of Service Realty, 864-380-0525. Also want to thank Plumbing in Pink, Rusty and Lynn Greer, 864-735-7014. You can see me rubbing my hands. It is chilly, boys. Hands, it is kind of chilly out.
And it'll be chilly and wet tomorrow.
And it will. That's what she said.
Chilly and wet? I don't know. That's not very good.
But anyway, let's get down to it.
I guess we feel sorry for Alyssa, don't we?
Oh wow. Anyway, we'll go through this past weekend's college football games. Talk a little about that. Talk a little bit about the new AP Top 25. And then we'll go into a little of the NFL scores and tonight's game, which is the Redskins versus the Fly Eagles Fly.
On the road to victory.
Oh, he's an Eagles fan.
Eagles
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Score touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Come on.
No, not happening. Do you realize I'm from New York and how much we hate you fuckers?
I didn't know that. Everybody, the Eagles hate the Eagles, man.
But anyway, all right. So Friday night, USC played Colorado. Just blew them out of the water, 55-17.
Running back got hurt though. That sucks, man. He's done.
He is done for the season, and so there you go. Chime in whenever you want.
I'm excited, Chris.
No, hey, I'm excited to have you here. Then we got Georgia. Number 1 Georgia played Mississippi State. Sorry, Ben Bounds, your team sucks.
Close to the half. It was 17-12 at the half.
Well, it was. I was going to say it was close to the half, but Georgia wins 45-19. Then we go down to my boys, the old Buckeyes of Ohio State.
Played an FCS team.
FCS team, Indiana. They
play
Indiana. We beat the pants off of 56-14. Then the big house. The big house takes care of Nebraska. 34-3. Although
score 3 though. That's hilarious.
Well, I thought that score would be higher on the Michigan side, but hey, we got a couple weeks before
the game of the century, right? I mean, we have to say it.
Well, it's going to determine who gets into the to the playoff and who wins the Big Ten. Yeah. And then we got number 4 TCU, barely squeaking by Texas. Quinn Irwin and his Joe Dirt mullet.
Hey, but
I like Joe Dirt.
It's a conference road win and it counts. So
they'll
TCU take it all day.
Sticking at number 4. Yeah. Then Tennessee just beats the living piss out of Missouri.
They were calling timeouts to score extra points. That's just rude.
you gotta listen. Nowadays with this CFB and all this stuff going on with the playoffs and the rankings and all that, you've got to beat up on these guys.
Well, what you got to do is beat Georgia. Is what you got to do.
Well, that's a whole different ball game. But they beat them 66-24, 25, and so this does not surprise me whatsoever. By the way, because I don't even think Oregon should be in the top 10 or should have been in the top 10.
Oh, I disagree.
But the number 6 Oregon gets defeated by number 25 Washington 37-34.
Rivalry game. Quarterback got hurt.
I'll tell you what, and since they were playoff good, it seems like they've always folded whenever they have.
Pac-12 though, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
that's what I'm afraid is going to happen this weekend again.
Yeah, like Notre Dame beating Southern Cal.
I mean, that's next weekend. Like,
Next
this weekend,
I don't know
got
about that.
UCLA.
Oh yeah, it could happen.
Down there.
I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of ridiculous teams, number 7 LSU beats Arkansas 13-10.
Escapes. That's a rivalry game.
Yeah, it
the
is.
trophy
I
weighs
know
200 pounds.
Number 9 Alabama
Rolls it out.
Pulls
it out.
Close it out against number 11 Ole Miss 30-24. You got number 10 Clemson taking care of Louisville 31-16.
Go Tigers.
Then you got Arizona takes care of UCLA
Oh, sad, man.
34-28. Utah beats Stanford by I don't even know how long that can be. 42-7.
It's a ways.
This is who Ohio State's playing next week, Maryland.
That will not be tough.
Penn State take care of them 30-0.
It's at Maryland, though, isn't it?
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Then you got oh Christ, I can't even believe I gotta say this.
Got
Number 15, North Carolina beats Wake Forest 36.
Drake May for Heisman, baby.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it, too, man.
He's so
Clemson,
good.
it's kinda-
He's so good.
Why don't you like them? You know, he was a Bama commit, too.
He doesn't like him because of me.
Yeah, he's a North Carolina fan. I just
Okay.
wanna.
He's
I'm with you.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're fun this year.
Then you got 16 NC State gets beat
By
by Boston College 21-20. What in the world?
True freshman quarterback.
Yes. And then you've got number 17 Tulane takes a crap in the bed to 22 UCF.
I remember
38
like 4
to
weeks ago,
31.
he's like, UCF's trash. I'm like, no, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And here you go.
They're still trash. Anyway, and so let's talk. Hold on. So we're gonna stop this for a second. We'll get into this conversation. Anybody basically? Oh, you went limp.
Not again.
That's what she said, right?
Yeah.
Anybody below basically like the top 8 is trash.
Oh,
let's just be
guy.
honest.
Okay.
But let's just be honest. Think about it. Think about some of these scores and some of the people we're talking about here, right? So we're talking about the Utahs, the Penn State, UCLA can't even beat Arizona. I mean, Clemson already has a loss.
Right.
Alabama's got 2 losses. Ole Miss. I mean, think about that. LSU, ranked number 7, barely squeaks one out against Arkansas. But think about this.
If you really want to say that, then that means that there's no one relevant other than 3 SEC teams in Clemson. Because they're the only teams that have won national championships in
Oh, that's a
recent
good
memory.
point.
I mean-
you're going to go there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ohio State.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have even been in.
Oh.
And then in
Oh, but
2001,
then
Miami
we
got
were
ripped
in.
off.
But when we were in, and when we were in,
that team is
we
the best
you got-
example.
They
We
got
started 16.
they got smoked.
no, we won the national. First of all, we won the first national championship under
Embarrassed
this
Alabama. I remember that.
under this
Right.
platform.
Against
Right?
undefeated
Then-
teams
then
that were ranked ahead of you.
Then we did lose to Clemson, and then last year we beat the crap out of Clemson, and then unfortunately Alabama
Yes.
just decided to
On that-
use us as toilet paper. But yes,
That wasn't
So-
last year. But
The year
2
before,
years
yeah.
ago. Sorry. Yes, but at the same time, think of the different. This is why we should expand college football.
oh, absolutely.
That is
I
part
think
of
the
my
reason
point.
why we should expand is because there's more than 8 good teams. I think we're in a golden age as a sport. There's so much good competition. You have elite competition where
All right,
Ohio
but
State,
I'm
Georgia.
we should expand it to 12.
Yeah.
I'm down for 12, and then let's see what happens. Let it roll. It's also a lot of money for all the schools involved for the NCAA.
It is.
I'm sure will be a lot more NIL money that gets thrown out there. to the players and teams that are constantly in that top 12, usually, which is kind of the Alabamas, the Clemsons, the Georgias, the Ohio States. I mean, you see Michigan, the Penn.
There you go.
I might vomit.
Tell you what, that running back might run all over you guys.
All right, listen, you. Anyway, I need to find a new co-host. Apparently,
The playoff expands. How would you feel about playing Michigan twice in the same year?
actually, I wouldn't mind it.
That'd be pretty neat.
It would be neat. I think it would explode with the amount of money and advertising and all sorts of good stuff.
It would not be boring. That's my whole thing.
Correct.
It would have good football. Even
I
if there's
agree.
a blowout or two, I think it would be good.
Yeah. Hey, they say any given Sunday, any given Saturday.
I'd
You
say
never
that.
know.
Or Monday if it's the
Right.
champion. Yeah. Or if it's bowl week, it's a Friday. Whatever.
You never know. Or there's like 4 weeks of bowls.
Yeah.
The CarQuest Bowl, the New Era Bowl, the
Bad Boy Moore Gasparilla Bowl.
the Gasparilla Bowl.
Plunger Bowl.
All right, back to what we're really talking about. Number 19, Kansas State beats Baylor 31-3. Notre Dame,
Oh, man.
Notre
Squeaker.
Dame, come
Scoreless
on.
in the second half, yeah.
Come on, man. You take out Clemson, come back to play Navy, and you can't even. I mean, you beat them by 3. Yes, you won.
And as much as I hate them, I need them to keep winning
Why?
because that's the only team we lost to.
No.
I was going to say, they beat North Carolina after a bye at North Carolina.
Yeah.
They beat Clemson and Syracuse. They've beaten everybody in the top.
Well,
of the
Syracuse fell apart.
Oh, Syracuse. Just
What are they, 4 losses now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
league. Their quarterback got hurt in that game, too. Yeah.
correct.
It was a 4-quarter game. That was fun.
Number 21, Illinois. Purdue takes them out 31-24.
That was a
Florida.
surprise.
That was I would agree.
Is it Purdue
has-
in first place in the West?
No, nobody
no.
controls the West.
No,
That's
yeah.
what's wild. Nobody controls the
But if Purdue wins out, I think they get it.
Wisconsin can also.
It depends on what. I don't know how they're going to fix it.
Yeah.
That's all know.
I read
Nobody
somewhere
controls
that if
right.
Purdue wins out, they would play Michigan or Ohio State.
That would be interesting, but I think Wisconsin's somewhere in that.
I don't think it's going to be interesting at all. Whoever wins the West.
No, I
It's
don't
not
either.
competitive, right?
It'll be one of those 55-3 kind of things.
Just roll over and we'll pay you the money and leave us alone.
59-0. How about that? Does that make you feel better?
There you go. Number 23, Florida State. How are they 23? I have no idea.
Because
Not
they've
bad.
won a bunch of games.
They're 7-3. They're 5-3 in the ACC, which is a terrible, terrible conference.
So is the Big Ten, other
No,
than 2 teams.
They beat LSU at LSU.
Penn State's trash. They're going to get destroyed twice within a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Did you see their coach doing push-ups
Yeah.
on the side?
Oh,
getting
James
For his
Franklin?
personal value.
James Franklin?
He's just not a good leader.
He is not. But it's better than what they had.
Yes.
let
That's true.
me tickle your.
Yeah.
My hands are warming up.
Number 23, Florida State, 38-3 over Syracuse. Then you got and again at the bottom of the barrel, number 24, Kentucky loses to Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Kentucky's
20
had some major offensive line issues.
24-21.
They
So
can't
that's-
protect Levis at all.
Yeah, and he's hurt.
Yeah.
That was Vanderbilt's first SEC win since 2019.
Years, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the.
Barkley, that's where he wants to be.
Well, I would say this: that quarterback will be a top 15 draft pick.
Yes.
Oh,
Likely,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right. So new AP, obviously the CFB rankings come out on Tuesdays around this time. So we do not have those, but you got Georgia number 1, you got Ohio State number 2, Michigan number 3, TCU 4, and Tennessee 5. There's no change within the top 5. And then you've got a whole bunch of up arrows because people just lost their shit here. LSU moves up 1 to 6. So does USC. Alabama moves up 2 spots to number 8. Clemson moves up 3 to number 9. This is where you get into like nonsense. Come on. First of all, Alabama, SEC, I get it, but you got 2 losses. You shouldn't be in the top 10. I'm sorry. Neither should Clemson.
You gotta put somebody up.
But
there.
you get Clemson shouldn't be either.
But who?
Listen, come on, let's go. So you don't think your 1-loss North Carolina? Here we go.
Listen.
Your 1-loss North Carolina team should be behind Utah, Alabama, LSU, who all have 2 losses.
Probably.
Oh my God!
Just because of who they play.
Utah? Utah?
Well, no, not Utah. Not
okay,
Utah.
not Utah.
Not Utah.
I think Utah's the best team in the Pac-12. I hear you.
Right? You've got teams
now. What I will say is, I feel like if
I'll go all the way to the bottom. Coastal Carolina.
now, I feel like once
Come
it's
on,
over.
man. The shot's clear. Let's go.
Now, what I will say is, when it's over, if you have a 1-loss conference champion against a 1 or 2-loss conference champion or non-conference champion, where they might say, "Oh, their conference is a little better," I think the 1-loss conference champ should get in.
I think so, too.
If Carolina runs the table, beats Clemson, I think they should get in over Tennessee. If Tennessee doesn't even get to play,
they will. I really do. I don't think Tennessee has a shot if that's what happens.
So it all works itself. Well, it doesn't always work out, but it should work itself out.
Such bullshit.
It
I
should-
hate when people
Should
say that.
work itself out.
I really hate when people say it's gonna work itself, because 9 out of 10 times it doesn't really work itself out. We could go back through the years and talk about.
There's
how
always teams that
teams
have an issue. Yeah.
you mean an issue? You mean they've got screwed?
Absolutely.
Is basically what has happened.
2015
So-
TCU
so-
and yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So it doesn't always work itself
Right.
out. That's why expansion.
Yes, but but it's not plausible right now. So that's why
Well,
we
it should
have
be
to,
next year, and then we should keep harping on it. So that
No,
the
it's gonna, I
powers
thought
that
it's
be-
the year after.
Well, they're trying to push it for
Okay.
23,
Okay.
but most likely 24. But hey, We can-
I'm all
we can
for next
hope.
year.
we can hope, we can pray.
Drake may be 1 year better, and maybe we'll have a defense.
Look, to your point, maybe what happens if you're right, if somebody gets left out, it's big enough that it
Yeah.
makes us. It
Yeah,
compels us
like if
to change
Tennessee
things like we
finishes
did
11-1 and gets left out, maybe that'll be enough of a the SEC will start crying, and then they'll make them.
I mean, that's a good. Don't
Put a-
forget that's
put a
why we
team
have
in.
the playoffs, because that rematch with LSU and Alabama.
Yeah.
True.
1 touchdown in 2 games
True.
total.
True. All right, where was I?
Roll Tide.
Jesus. So where was I? Top 10.
Yeah.
Utah up 3 to number 10. Penn State up
No.
3. No.
These two I disagree with being in front.
All right, hold on. Let me
That's
get there
trash.
first, and then we can talk about it. Penn State number 11, moving up 3. Oregon dropping 6, shocker, to number 12. What would you like to say?
Well, you were asking me about the teams in the top 10 with 2 losses if I felt like they should be ahead of Carolina, and I said the ones that you named, no, but Penn State and Oregon should definitely be behind.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, I agree on Oregon. I don't know about Penn State.
Penn State's trash. Penn State's going to get murdered by
By who?
Ohio State.
We already played them.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, those are the 2 losses. Well, then they'll lose to somebody else.
They got murdered by Michigan.
They got
After
murdered
our
by
rivalry.
Michigan, too, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, North Carolina. Yo, why are you moving on me here? North Carolina.
North Carolina's fascinating.
I,
I might have them at 10.
I just wish we had a defense.
I know.
God,
I
it's
just
so
wish-
bad.
But it's gotten better. You
A,
gotta be
a
fair.
little bit.
I just wish Mac Brown wasn't such a cocksucker.
Oh my God.
Matt
where'd that
Brown's
come
like the
from?
nicest guy ever.
Mac Brown's
No,
why-
he's not.
He's the reason why Drake May's there.
Yeah.
He looked him dead in the eye and said, Drake May said to Coach Mac Brown, he said, look, I'm going to Bama. Thanks. Nice to meet you. And Coach Brown said,
because you
"Look,"
can't win here. And
well,
he said,
look, this is not the last time we're going to talk.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's a Heisman front runner.
Yeah.
Come on. What's not to live about that?
I'm not.
he's like grandpa. He's now, I will
Not
admit,
like the grandpa.
he's not
He is the
he's
grandpa.
not like a great X's and O's type coach, but
That's what I mean.
But he's a
not-
recruiter. He's your grandpa. He can come in and he can like makes the parents feel good about the kid going there, and he's going to watch over them and all of that stuff.
And he's North Carolina. Like, let's not forget that he loves being.
He does love being.
They love having him. And that I think that deserves to be celebrated. Yeah. I mean, like Scott Frost, man, that went south.
Yeah,
real
that's
bad.
tough.
And they still bought into him.
Yes, I was so as a Jets fan, I was a big fan of Scott Frost. We drafted him. He was a quarterback. Ended up becoming a safety. He played like 7-8 years with us and was a serviceable safety. He did pretty well. So unfortunately, Scott Frost went to Nebraska and crapped the bed
consistently, over and over and over. It was real bad. That dude wasn't returning phone calls. He was showing up late. Bad stuff.
Bad juju.
I guarantee you one thing: Coach Mac Brown doesn't show up late to anything. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, because he wakes up 3 hours ahead of time.
dinner at 4:00 at the S&S cafeteria.
Breakfast at 4 a.m.
That dude schedules his bowel movements.
The Metamucil will help too. Sorry.
Moving on.
He's that old, but he is that old. He's what? 71.
71.
Exactly. So,
I mean, Saban's just as.
Well, hold on. The video of him dancing in the locker room.
Love it.
That was hysterical. I don't know. Did you ever see that? Yeah. I was like, dude, I give you 100% credit.
The kids loved it.
Yeah, and the kids love it. But he was in there like I was like, oh boy. He's probably got some 1960s, who knows what song in his head while he's trying to. Anyway, Ole Miss drops 3 to number 14. Washington moves up 9.
Yeah, big jump.
Oh, that's a big jump. 9 spots to number 15. UCLA down 7. UCF making that climb. UCF, the national champions of
of 2018, I think. Yeah.
Undisputed national champions.
In one poll, they were number 1.
Was then?
Scott Frost.
You know who they had after that?
Heupel.
Josh Heupel, that's right, yeah.
Then you've got the 1A Independent, Notre Dame moving up 2 to 18. Kansas State moving up 4 to 19. Corey, where are you, Corey? Your team is now in the top 20, moving up 5. Florida State, Tulane. Shouldn't even be in the top 25.
Green Wave, come on.
Did you see those? It was almost like a Miami blue helmet with green jerseys.
Yes.
It's terrible. Oh my God.
Oh, their uniforms are awful.
They're awful.
Yeah, I know.
They're awful.
Then you've got some newbies, it seems. Yeah, great. Then you got some newbies. You got 22 Cincinnati, 23 Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers.
Tell you what, that wide receiver, that freshman, he's ridiculous.
Jamie Chadwell, too. He's a great coach.
And then you've got 24 Oklahoma State and 25
the
Beavers.
Yeah.
Then behind them, you've got NC State looking in, Texas, UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio.
Marcus Davenport.
And so that rounds out our top 25. And a bunch of the stuff I had closed out by accident, but there we go. All right. So now we're going to get to some NFL scores. By the way, to either one of you,
sure.
We'll open it up. Anything that stands out college football-wise this weekend that you think is important or should be noted? Or
look, there's not a lot of great games on this weekend, not a lot of great matchups. Nobody pays attention to the Pac-12. This is a good opportunity to finally watch SoCal and UCLA play each other.
Yeah.
And Oregon and Utah, right? Utah beat SoCal by 1 point on 2-point conversion.
Yes.
And in this game, both teams will wear the colored jersey.
That's true, yeah.
So somebody has to take a penalty every year because they both wear the solid
See?
So you have the blue and the maroon.
So that's fascinating, right?
There we go. Look at that. I'm glad I opened up the floor. Well, I feel wiser now. Anyway, let's go to the NFL. So I'm sure you both agree this not only college but NFL year has been crazy.
It's been exciting.
It's been exciting,
Yeah.
but crazy at the same time, considering who we thought was going to be good, who we thought was going to be terrible, who isn't terrible, who we thought was going to be good is terrible, that kind of thing. And so let's start with your team.
Well,
by the way, before I start this off, you know who your new starting quarterback is again.
so I was really excited.
What, really?
I was really excited that the Panthers beat the Falcons, but now they will lose again because the worst quarterback in the NFL will be playing for them this weekend. So,
yeah,
2 Miller Lights.
So,
one shot.
You need to beat the Falcons, and then they'll get blown out this weekend.
Yes, PJ Walker unfortunately has a high ankle sprain, puts him out 4 to 6. Well, they hope. But yes, your Panthers did beat the Falcons, and now they have named Baker Mayfield the quarterback again.
And it should have been Sam Darnold.
And I before we went live, I talked to him about how much I hate Baker.
He sucks. He's absolute trash, and he shouldn't even be in the league. Like
I told you.
Oh, I get it. I want the Charlotte, North Carolina Panthers to do something organization-wise to make. I want to care about them. I want to love them. I really do, but it's not.
Sorry,
it hasn't happened.
Well, maybe they'll draft Will Anderson this year and Drake Bay next year.
I've heard they might draft Bryce Young. Would you be happy with that?
No.
Okay.
So while we're talking about people,
what would you want? Like, would Will Anderson make you happy?
Yes.
Okay. But that would mean the Panthers would have to be that bad to get that pick.
That's fine.
Okay.
By the way,
because I don't think I'm not sold on any of the current quarterbacks as far as their NFL prospects, other than maybe Will Levis.
Yeah.
But I know he's been hurt, and I know the offensive line sucks, but you can't lose to Vanderbilt. You got to win those games. So that worries me a little bit. But I think pro-wise, I like his prospects at the next level better than Young and better than Stroud.
Okay.
So while we're on this whole topic of rumors and everything,
sure.
The Raiders came out from their organization. I don't know if you saw this, but the Raiders are done with Derek Carr. And
I didn't know
because of him crying or whatever.
I don't know, but their plan is to draft C.J. Stroud.
That's big.
Well, they have to finish. I mean, yeah, they're bad, but
that's big. It's because of who C.J. Stroud is, right?
Right.
Like, you can
well,
build
also
around
at the
a guy
same
like
time,
that.
maybe.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, but
here's the thing. So Derek Carr brought you Devontae Adams
exactly
because they were high school,
Fresno State.
College. So the fact that the Raiders are basically like, well, we'll use Derek Carr till the end of the year. We're going to turn around and draft a new quarterback.
Okay.
Devontae Adams left when in my opinion, was a good situation in Green Bay. He was Aaron Rodgers' boy, go-to.
Well, Aaron Rodgers screwed that up, but anyway.
But regardless, does it come back and to Devontae and say, well, what the hell did I do?
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Maybe. You never know. Wide receivers are divas.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
He can get paid. But they drafted really well, I think, right?
Yes,
Better
they
than
did.
most, I would argue.
Absolutely.
They got Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow. They had Ruggs, which, that's tragic, but it wasn't a bad pick.
They reached the Cleveland Farrell pick was bad. They took him like top 4, and he's been terrible.
Okay.
But he was essentially in the interview calling people out without naming names, and he was basically saying certain people in here care and certain ones don't. And I think he was probably referring to Josh McDaniels, who is a joke of a head coach, if we could agree with that.
I
think
don't know why anybody hires him.
He should be a coordinator at best.
Yeah, had his. This is his. So he had Denver. How long did he last in Denver?
2 years.
Did he even last 2?
Yeah,
maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, but he was
a year and a half before he got canned, and then Belichick. He went crying back to Bill. He went crying back to Daddy, and Belichick brought him back in the fold. As you see, all these guys who were under Belichick, who haven't done well, go crying back to Daddy.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels. Who's the other one that's up there, back in there now, up in New England, besides Patricia? They're co-offensive coordinators.
And they're not even offensive coaches.
It's just whatever.
Oh, it's Joe Judge.
Joe Judge.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the former Giants coach. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're a disciple of the Belichick kind of, because it's so weird how it works in football, because I can literally map it out, who's come from what coach. Andy Reid's got a whole kind of spider. Bill Belichick has a whole spider. I mean, we can go back to Parcells.
Here's the thing.
We can go back just the Sean McVay.
Of all the openings,
right?
Is everybody going to hire a 30-something-year-old offensive coordinator that was under Shanahan? Because they're all winning.
Right.
They're all winning.
Matt LaFleur,
Matt
LaFleur, O'Connell.
Right.
You got for LA. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you got McDaniel and Miami.
Sean McVay is.
He was a Shanahan.
No, I know. Somebody knocking.
Oh well.
Oh, somebody's tapping on something. I don't think they're knocking it in, are they?
No.
Oh, I don't know, but that Bud Light sign was lighting up as they were knocking.
Oh well.
All right. Well, hey, I'm not a passenger on 828. Know if anybody gets that reference.
Manifest.
Can I ask real quick? What do you think about Matt Rule being gone now?
Oh, thank God.
But now Carolina's performing better.
Well, I figured that. Well, but they won't now that Baker's going to play.
I hear you.
I mean, the defense will play well, but he'll end up giving the game away.
Yeah.
All right.
So are you hoping they're going to hire somebody different or make a change there?
Well, I mean, let him finish the year, and then you're going to have to find the right person. Okay. So, like I said, whoever's on San Francisco's staff that's an offensive coordinator, I guess you just go get that guy. Or D'Amico Ryans, the D coordinator for San Fran, would be a nice pick too, maybe.
He would. I'm hoping he goes somewhere else personally. But yeah. Hey, listen, if he goes to Carolina, I'm going to pay way more attention. I guarantee you that. Yeah. That'd be great.
All right. So, moving on. We got some games to talk about real quick. How far in are we? I can't see. I'm getting old, man.
You've got a clock right there.
Yeah, but I can't see up there. We started late.
Can we? A couple.
Yeah, we can. Anyway, let me get rid of that. There we go. All right. Then you got the Bucks. The Bucks. That lovely 9:30 in the morning. I hate you game.
No, I like it.
Yeah,
I love it.
What?
It's great.
Oh my!
Games on in the morning. Yeah. What else are you doing?
I'm sleeping.
Oh, that's a personal problem.
9:30?
Yeah.
Listen, our son, thankfully, goes to bed around 9:15, 9:30 at night, and will sleep till about 10:30 in the morning.
What?
You heard me.
Okay, what kind of pills do you put in?
Nothing.
Come
on. This kid will sleep.
Baby Benadryl. Perfect explanation of why that happened.
You're gonna knock my beer over, and I'm gonna get pissed.
Whack.
I like it. I like the morning game.
Anyway, I did not think the Bucks would win this game.
You know why they did?
Why?
Because they did the same thing that the Packers also did, and people have wanted them to do it the whole year. They ran the ball, and instead of just throwing out of the shotgun, they did play action, which gave time, opened it up down the field, and they had a whole lot more balance. And that's what the Packers did to the Cowboys. So
I saw that too. That's interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. It wasn't a ton of fun.
Do not. Thank you.
Brown eye
Appreciate it. We don't need brown eye winking at us.
Oh, wait.
Well, I will tell you this.
Oh, here we go.
Don't talk about it right now. Hey, Ohio State and Michigan State get to be the SEC this year because whoever wins doesn't really matter because they're both going to make it.
You mean Michigan and Ohio State?
What else? Michigan State?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, so
Teams up north.
now you know how it feels to be the SEC. It feels good, don't it? It doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as they win this coming week. I'm just telling you, y'all win, baby. Y'all win like win.
We win.
Michigan and Ohio State rematch for the national title.
Well, I wouldn't say all that shit.
No, because they'd have to win their
I'm sorry.
playoff game to get there.
To our
If Ohio
audience.
State gets in, they're number 4. So they don't play Michigan.
Well, then they'd
If
get
they're
blown
like
out by Georgia in the
Georgia.
Is
first
there
game.
a way
Carolina,
for Michigan to get number 1 if they beat Ohio State?
Yeah,
No,
there's a line.
Georgia would.
Where?
No, well, what depends on what happens in the SEC championship.
If Georgia wins,
Whoa.
they're in.
He's talking
They're number
hypothetical. Is there a pathway for Michigan to be number 1 if they beat Ohio State? Depends on what happens in the SEC championship
Well,
game.
everything depends on everything.
Well,
But I
yeah.
know one
that's
thing
what I'm saying.
that don't matter is Clemson ain't getting there, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That game is going to be fun, too. They announced it as a noon game, by the way.
What, the Clemson Carolina?
Carolina and
No,
Michigan,
it's
Ohio
8
State
o'clock.
here.
Oh, you're talking about South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
It sucks. Look, I get Michigan, Ohio State here, big old crowd.
Yeah.
At the same time, you got
Same time,
Clemson and South Carolina.
See?
I mean,
Sorry,
it
man.
sucks, but neither one of them matters. We're gonna go to Las Vegas Bowl. Clemson go to a fucking good bowl. They deserve it.
Pinstripe Bowl.
Orange Bowl, right?
No. Well, it depends.
Orange.
It depends on the ACC
That's right.
championship.
So what about? Have you ever been to the Depends Bowl?
Every morning.
Oh, Lord.
Always
Depends.
right front to back. The lessons you learn here.
Here,
man.
guys
at
at
the
a football.
Coliseum Sports Bar and Grill.
That's right.
One of my major sponsors right here.
Remember when we did the parlay cars and you won 1 and I won 4?
Well, no.
Knowledge was everything, and you don't have a lot of knowledge.
Okay.
You think you have a lot of knowledge, but I mean, you do your thing.
All right.
Doing your thing.
You're A for efforting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Black, the owner of.
Chair, Brad.
Oh, please don't.
You can sit on my lap. We'll make room. Hey, not as young. Come on, right.
Santa, baby.
This is why I do this here. If
You can have a good time of life, though. But I'm
Exactly.
telling you this. Ohio State and Michigan, if they do business this weekend, they both can still get there. Alabama's got a hard chance to get there, and if you think Alabama got a hard chance, then you know LSU's got a hard chance, and so does Clemson. Got no chance.
Yeah.
When they're all behind them with the schedule they got. Let me ask you a question. As a whole Ohio State person, and I'm a fan because they support the bar here.
Why are you wearing pink?
Why are they
bracelets?
40-point favors against everybody?
Because they don't play anybody.
Well, no shit. Just like Clemson did. Just like Florida State did when they was drumbling over the ACC when they first joined it.
Whoa. We played Notre Dame the first game of the year.
And who is Notre
we
Dame? They
fucking-
got beat by Marshall.
Well, and
We are Marshall.
and Notre Dame beat Clemson.
And what the fuck does that? Shows you how bad Clemson is.
That was when they had their starting quarterback, too, though, by the way.
Yeah,
It was a better team.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Right, we beat Penn State. They were in the top 5? No, top 10 at the time.
No, so they were garbage,
After
like
they
you
already
said, right?
lost one. After they already lost. Yeah.
That was a good game. That was competitive. That was fun.
So we're going with competitive games now. I got you. Okay.
That game was tight.
What's
man.
with
I mean,
the-
Penn State was ahead. It was back and forth.
Somebody trying to arrest you? What's with the pink tape?
Is this on film?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. And
Are you leaving?
hey, no, hell no, I'm going over here.
Oh,
Hey,
all right.
enjoy y'all, and I like y'all's takes, but y'all mostly are wrong.
You heard it. I mean,
You heard it here
Yeah.
from Brad
we'll see
Black.
y'all.
No, you heard it here from you hear it. If anybody's even listening, they hear it here every week. It's like Walt Depp Tulip. He used to be hot, but now he's not never win no games. When's the last time you picked the winners?
I pick winners all the time.
Yeah.
In your nose?
No, dude, I do some good parlay cards.
That's all right.
I do three. I do 3 on 20. I've won the past 3.
So
4
tell me
weeks.
about Tennessee and South Carolina this weekend. Tell me what you think about that. You bet you probably ain't talked about that, have you?
Not yet.
No, we haven't gotten there
Well, I
yet.
want to ask you a
Well,
question about it.
Tennessee's gonna roll.
Yeah.
Well, of course they are, because
It's
that's what
worse
everybody
anyway.
says.
What's the spread?
21.
I'll take Tennessee all day.
Their best receiver, he's from Columbia, basically, from Irmo. He wanted to go to South Carolina. They didn't offer him. He's pissed.
Well, that's okay. But my question to you is, once again, in the SEC, they're going to roll a 21-point spread. Once again, why is Ohio State 35 to 42-point favorites every game? So that's why y'all don't deserve no nods over nothing. You or Michigan. You're lucky you're playing each other every year.
Well, that's what saves it. Is
Well,
playing
that's
each
the
other.
only thing that saves it.
Yeah.
Michigan had
Scoring
no. They
70
beat
points
Ohio
a game
State.
don't hurt either.
Michigan beat Ohio State last year, right?
That's right, yeah.
And what did Michigan go on to do?
Get rolled.
Embarrass themselves. They embarrassed themselves.
Who'd they lose to? They got
Alabama, right?
No. Who'd they
They
played-
lost to Georgia.
They lost to
Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia.
30 to 3 or some shit like that.
Alabama played Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's right.
And now look at what Cincinnati's former players do. Sauce Gardner,
Oh, he's
lighting
sick.
up the league
Yeah.
as a true freshman.
Yeah, Sauce is
Kobe
good.
Bryant, man, he's amazing.
I'll take that sauce any day. As a Jets fan. As a Jets fan,
Yeah,
I'll
that
take
was a big
sauce.
pick, right?
Take sauce all day. Take that A1.
Up your nose. UPS, GPS, FBS. Woo! Tell me about Furman.
What about
F
the
you all the
Paladins?
time, baby. They got another
F
big
you
win.
and you. Why are they 13th? They beat a team that's 12th. They beat a team that's 11th. And they lost to one team that's like 7th. And they lost to
That was
Clemson.
a big win over Mercer. They beat Chattanooga. who was
Hell
leading
yeah!
the league.
And they lost to
Are we talking to FCS?
Yeah.
you know what's wrong with that?
You don't like SoCon? Come on,
Hey,
baby.
it's local, baby. It's local.
I know North Dakota State's really good.
Oh,
You hate
and South
everybody out
Dakota,
there.
And South Dakota State.
and Montana, and everybody else. You know, James Madison was
They're
there.
very, yeah, they,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they
James
were.
now
Madison
James
was in the
Madison
top
can't
three.
go to a ball
Tulane.
game.
Drake May.
No,
Drake May is
Tulane was
leading
never there.
FBS.
Tulane-
Tulane's still in the top
touchdowns, right? Or is it
25.
more now?
Yeah, but
No,
that's
it's-
that's they're not Division II, Sweet Pea. Tulane's been
I
in
love when he
Division
calls it.
One.
I love when he calls me Sweet Pea.
FBS, FCS, but in the FCS, Tulane ain't been there. James Madison, who just left there,
Yeah.
went to Division One.
Yeah.
was
They were in the
pretty
top
good at it.
25.
They
Yeah,
were.
they were great. Great
And
season,
they slowed down a little bit, but that's you fighting
Yeah.
with the big boys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Georgia
agree.
Southern fighting with the big boys.
Incarnate Word.
Yes.
Incarnate
So
Word.
the
Yeah.
only
Drake
three
May.
people,
So
the
what do you
only
do with
three
that?
people you know in FCS is North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana.
Idaho.
You a potato?
I'm Irish.
How about Lehigh?
At Lehigh.
Georgetown.
They're better in
I do this
basketball.
all day.
All right. I love you, Brad. Can we finish? We only
I
got.
didn't know y'all even started.
We
They
started.
started with 0 and they're still 0. I had no idea y'all even got started.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks for the pink bracelet, Brad.
All right.
There's a list for that, by the way. It's some sort of offender list. I can't remember what you have to wear
About
pink
what?
bracelets. Yeah. I think that's what it's.
Okie dokie. Anyway, back to the NFL after we got distracted.
Let's get professional.
All right. So we talked Bucks, Seahawks. Bucks win 21-16. Then the Lions squeak one out against the Bears. All right.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Missed
Hold on. Justin Fields.
He's amazing.
Has he not turned it around this year?
Yeah. He was the reason why this game
Is he
should
not-
have been tied. If nothing
Is he
else.
not QB1 right now?
He is.
For the Bears, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But think of other teams as well.
What-
If he went to other teams,
I need to
we're not
see it.
talking. We're not talking top tier quarterback. We're not talking.
I need to see a little bit more. It hasn't been enough games playing really well.
But
If
the
he-
guy has set NFL records in the past
Let me ask
2
you this.
games.
Okay,
What would
that's
happen
fine.
If, for example, we
But
got the
Derek
Eagles tonight?
Anderson did that too.
What
and
happens
then
if you put Justin Fields at the Eagles, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because he's a legit dual threat. He was running like crazy in there.
Correct. Like Randall Cunningham used to do.
There you go.
But
I'm partial. I want to see guys succeed. Okay. So,
I don't. I just need to see more. I'm not saying he has been good as of late, but last year wasn't, and early this year wasn't. So
correct.
Let's just see. Let him do it for a little longer before we.
And again, it's the Lions.
Lose our
don't
shit.
Forget,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
it's not exactly a big win or a
correct
good loss.
All right.
Tua
Tua just destroys the Browns.
yeah, the Browns are terrible.
39-17. I mean, that's just.
When does Deshaun Watson come back? Is that next weekend?
This is so we are week 10.
It's week
This
11?
This week. No, week
No,
12.
it's week 12.
Week 12.
Yeah, against the Texans, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, it's week 11.
Is that
Texas.
poetic justice?
No, he's suspended 11 weeks. I think it's week 12.
Yeah, it has to be.
No, it's week 13.
Week 13. Okay.
Still counts.
December 4th.
That's so weird.
December 4th. Anyway, going back. You had the Titans beat the Broncos. No surprise there. 17-10. Russell Wilson shit the bed once again.
He got clobbered, man.
Yes. But this game
Was
I
insane.
watched from kickoff to end and was like, what in the world? The Vikings beat the Bills 33-30 in OT
With an interception.
Yes.
And Justin Jefferson is ridiculous.
He is.
He's ridiculous.
But as is Stephon Diggs. As we
Yeah.
Sure.
Stephon Diggs is great.
Stephon Diggs led him down the field to score for it to go to overtime.
Josh Allen fumbles in the
Gabe
end zone.
Davis did
Josh
too.
Allen.
Yeah, come on. The Vikings hit a TD from it. This game had it all. It had it all.
Josh and his UCL.
Well, a lot of
They were driving down the field with him running, man, taking hits, and as
Oh,
soon as
he
he
was-
throws it
he
to
was-
the end zone, it's a pick.
But here's the problem with them. And I said at the beginning of the year, there has to be some type of running threat by running backs to be able to win the Super Bowl.
That's why they traded. They traded for Hines, who helps them.
But
out
he's
the back
more
end.
of a throw. He's more
Well,
of a
he-
receiver.
So I think what they're trying to do, and this is my
The old Patriot thing where they're dinking and dunking.
Yeah.
dinking,
Here's-
dunking, and I think they'll do the two running once. Remember, you've got to give any player that gets traded to another team at least 3 to 4 weeks, playbook wise, to immerse themselves and actually know what the fuck they're doing
Yeah,
once
you're
they
right,
set it on
you're
the
right.
football field. So like. You put him and you put Hines and McKenzie or him and Singletary out behind Josh Allen, then it may be different, but it's just not going to happen overnight. And that's what any player, I don't care who you are, getting traded. You're not going to know unless you're in the same style offense, which is very
Yeah,
rare.
it doesn't happen.
It takes at least 3 to 4 weeks before you have that knowledge of the playbook. So I would say that Hines by week 14, week 13, I would say, will actually be immersed in the playbook and know what the hell he's going to do. And I think you'll see a lot of Singletary and Hines in the backfield. And I think it's kind of like Pollard and Zeke in Dallas. It's kind of like, A.J. Dillon and Jones in Green Bay.
Okay.
I mean, you see a lot of these two running back
That's a good
kind of.
point, yeah.
So I think that's what you'll see out of the Bills in the future. You don't see it now just because Hines doesn't know the playbook, and we all know how that works out.
And the other
You
thing,
sound like you're pulling for the Bills.
I am not. I'm just trying to explain I'm just trying to explain to people how things work when the player gets traded.
Okay.
the other thing they have to do is Josh Allen has to know when to take the check down and not play hero ball because he's
He's gonna get fucking.
He's constantly always trying to make the home run play because he knows he has the ability, and it's like I know I can squeeze it between those four guys, and I'm going to try it every single time, and he does it instead of the underneath pass or throwing it out of bounds if he's about to get hit or whatever. He needs to not just think I have to do it all on my own.
COVID.
No, he's got a little bit of like youth to me in his emotions. You can see it too, right? When they win, he's super happy. When they lose, he's throwing his helmet. Like if he can control his mental game a little bit, that plays into his physical game.
He also screwed the pooch, and that's why he threw his helmet. I mean,
right, but he didn't have to. That's the problem.
Well,
he didn't have to make that throw.
Correct, and that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm not saying you can't throw helmets. I'm just saying he wears it on his sleeve. And so we all love him when he's doing great.
But every player should wear it on their sleeve. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything different.
I think he lets it affect his play a little bit more. Like you're trying to say, he's trying to force it, and that takes experience and time to fix. That's all.
Okay.
His head is a little bit young, and he's a young guy. Don't forget, he's a younger guy.
Listen, Geno Smith has been in the league for 10 years and just finally figured out how to throw a pen. I mean, I shouldn't say how
no, he could always spin it. He just didn't have it.
For Mark Sanchez to return, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Come on.
The Sanchez.
I was at that
AC
game.
Sanchez.
I was at that game. That Buff fumble. It was on Thanksgiving.
I didn't say that.
It was on Thanksgiving. I was on the 30-yard line. There's about 20 of us. We took an RV down to the stadium. My buddy owns a college in New Jersey, and he has season tickets. We'll talk about that off air. And we're sitting there, and we're cheering, and the Jets are doing good, and then next thing you know, all I see is kerplunk, and I'm like, holy! That could be in just about any Jets game in the last decade. To be fair. But anyway, all right, let's move on because we've got like 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
And I know you need to get home. I'm looking.
I never said that.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
you said
it sounds like you want me. You want me? I can go.
Oh my God, Greg!
Get out of here!
I got 2 more hours.
Oh, do you?
No, I don't.
We can be here all day.
My podcasts are never an hour. I'm proud of you for that.
Giants beat the Texans 24-16. 7-2 Giants.
Continue to get it done.
Chiefs beat the Jags 27-17. No shocker there. This one was a big shocker to me.
Is it? The Saints are terrible this year.
Yeah, but they've shown glimpses of with Kamara and I know and Chris Olave and I know Michael Thomas is
gone
out
again.
But still, I will say this: Chris Olave, Rookie of the Year, no doubt. There is no question in my mind. Chris Olave is the Rookie of the Year.
I'm still thinking Sauce.
Well, there's offense and defense.
There's both.
So
if I had to make a pick, but I hear you.
But the Steelers beat the Saints 20-10. I would have hit
Kenny Pickett at home.
Kenny Pickett at home. Colts. Jeff Saturday. Listen.
Tar Heel Jeff Saturday.
Irsay says to Jeff Saturday, I'm going to pick you out of anyone to come head coach my team.
Y'all want him to succeed too, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bet on yourself.
Absolutely.
Get an opportunity, you take it, man. That guy was ready.
The only thing Jeff Saturday's ever coached is high school football. And that was only because of his kid.
Yeah.
That is the only reason he has coached. But he's the former player.
He's an offensive lineman. He's smart and he knows the game.
Well, he's been working with the Colts for 3 years.
Yeah,
too,
as
right?
an advisor.
Yeah, but he's entrenched, man. It's not like it was.
Yeah, and he hung out with Peyton Manning every day.
Sure.
I mean, come on.
Gotta help.
But here's the thing, and this is what I love about Jeff Saturday's story, is that the guy comes in and everybody. And you look at all the big heads and all the pundits.
Oh, this is a disgrace and all this stuff.
Keyshawn Johnson and
Bill Cowher
and all these clowns out there. I shouldn't say clowns. They're smart guys.
It's okay,
but on this subject, they absolutely ripped to shreds Jeff Saturday and what Jim Irsay did in Indy. And I am praying and hoping that Jeff Saturday proves them all wrong. Jeff Saturday is a very smart, intellectual NFL analyst, has been doing the job for the past, 8 years?
Yeah, several. Yeah,
he is a Pro Bowl center. Yeah. Pro Bowl center, and he knows how to build a team. And I think that you have discredited him. You shouldn't have. And now I hope you stick your foot in your mouth because Jeff Saturday is about to show. And he turned around and said, "No, Matt Ryan's my starter."
absolutely. Well, we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen.
And so, good for him. Good for him, and I hope
they make the playoffs.
I hope they. If they make the playoffs, that will be the biggest NFL story of the year, and maybe the decade at this point. I mean,
I just want to be there long term, man. I want it to be a success story.
Absolutely. All right, Cardinals take care of the Rams. Rams have just.
It's done.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean McVay.
It's okay. He's got a hot wife, so yeah, she can take care of him.
So they spent it all on last year. Anyway,
yeah,
right?
they went all in for a 1-year thing.
I mean, who's Zach Wilson banging these days?
Somebody's mom. Somebody's mom.
The Packers take. This one kind of surprised me, and I watched this game as well. Packers take care of the Cowboys, 31-28. All right. Mike McCarthy is done after this year. Sean Payton will be the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. You can bet on that.
So they're gonna give them whatever draft picks the Saints want?
No, his contract is over.
No.
Yes.
Nope. It's after. It's after next year.
It's after 2023.
Wow.
Yes.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna want at least a first.
I would. Honestly, I would.
Okay.
Cowboys were up 2 touchdowns in this game.
Exactly.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was a fun game.
But the Packers did.
I thought about changing the channel. I'm glad I didn't. This was a blast of a game.
All right. Then you had the 49ers take care of the Chargers, 22-16. And then real quick, we'll talk about this guy's the Redskins. Well, we don't know what the new name will be now that
Jeff Bezos is going to buy him.
He's got, who else has he got with him? No, he's got other people.
Kevin Durant?
No.
I think it was Jeff Bezos, Kevin Durant.
No, there's somebody else. No.
RG3.
Wasn't he doing something?
Anyway, tonight's game, 8:15, is Eagles, Redskins, in Philly. I have no doubt who's going to win this game. I'm not even going to.
You can say it.
Yes. Fly, Eagles, fly.
It's our national bird, man. Come on.
I just wish Sam Howell was going to play.
I love Jalen Hurts. I want to see those diaper-wearing, doddering old Dolphins not do a champagne toast in week 13 when somebody loses.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it's every year.
I'm afraid to open this.
The Eagles are our last shot, so come on.
Or not. What do we got?
What do you got? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. Somebody sent me. Uh-oh. No.
I don't want to see that. You don't want that. I'd rather watch the Eagles win.
Excuse me. I keep burping, and it smells. Because I can smell it.
Kind of turned me on. Oddly, it's weird.
Okay. That's getting it. Meatballs. I was out golfing.
You are what you eat.
I was out golfing. We went to lunch. I'm going to go home and eat dinner. Anyway.
That's good.
I want to thank you, Gray, for coming out. I've been trying since the beginning of the season, I think.
I like being courted to your
I do want to thank you for coming on 2 Minutes of Football. We are here every Monday night from 6:30 to 7:30, or we're a little late tonight, but it doesn't matter. I want to thank Chris Pryor, Service Realty, 864-380-0525. Gray and I have known Chris and Angie for years now. One of the greatest, most kind, most thoughtful, most charitable honest people you'll ever meet.
Good people.
So if you need a real estate agent and a mortgage broker, she's pretty good.
Chris and Angie, we love y'all.
And then you got Plumbing in Pink, Rusty and Lynn Greer, 864-735-7014, who I also love dearly. They've been huge supporters of this podcast since the day I launched it. This is my cohort, usually. Has been every Monday night. Lee Mason, I'm Chris Smith. Thank you, Gravy Thompson. GVL Media, is that where they can catch you now?
Please, yes.
Yeah, it used to be Feta B.
Yes.
Feta B, but
We miss
Feta
you,
B,
Fet.
Fet Jay, love you, Jay. Fet, had its run, but they're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. They're going to keep up with the music and the concerts and all the different stuff going on in Greenville. And I love them for it because that's where I got all my information. And so you can catch them on GVL Media. And thank you for coming out. And have a great night. And thank you for watching 2 Minutes of Football. We'll see you next Monday. Enjoy the Eagles Redskins game.